Hello, welcome to the 26th lecture of the Semantic SEO course. In this specific lecture, we will examine how we actually structure the Wizam.net project for all of the countries. Then we will actually check the results. And you should understand that whatever we have shown in this area, inside the topical map, title tags, URLs, or these labels, rules, content configuration section, or this contextual vector, hierarchy structure, and the connection, and processing query terms for generating questions, ordering questions, giving them a hierarchy, and giving a structure and format. And based on the attribute filtration methodologies or the attribute types question generation methodologies as well. We do all these things for all the countries, which means that if you want to go in a fast way with these methodologies, the topical map structure that you created, you should understand that you are not creating it for only for this specific entity. You are creating it for all the countries. That's why you will need to decrease the amount of differences between different types of countries or different types of entities from the same, let's say, the parent type or the class. So basically, for certain types of countries, sometimes economy or sometimes policy or famous artists might be actually more important than others based on these specific attributes. But still, mostly you will need to follow this order because we are actually creating a certain type of content item brief template, which means that this template here, it has been created for this source with a specific type of search intent, which is a central search intent. And while doing that, actually, we try to decrease or the minimize the differences between these entities. So basically, most of the time, this specific anchor text or this one, mostly it will stay same. But according to the unique attributes or the rare attributes that we have shown here, it will be changing. And basically, if we come to the Asia, Europe, or North America, you will see that actually we have done this specific process for all these attributes with all different questions for different queries. And while doing that, we usually try to keep things similar. The purpose of that is also understanding the overall efficiency of the semantic content network, because for this specific question, for let's say the climate or the religion, etc., if we actually ask this question for France, for Poland, for other countries inside the Europe, and if we always ask this question at the second part, and then if we go to the another H2 like this directly, then we can check what kinds of actual query terms that we are writing, especially for these entity attribute pair and the targeted, let's say, the content brief. If you see that mostly we are missing the featured snippets, if we see that mostly we are not able to pass relevance to this specific anchor text and a targeted article, it means that directly we can change the place of this question with this one in 30 countries or in 30 different semantic content network. This process here actually provides you a quick content configuration process. You can change actually maybe even 100 pages like this, and all of the time you know that all of these pages just change the place of these two questions, or you added two more questions by focusing on these type of attributes or the query terms that involve the entities and the attributes. The thing here is that a query that exists for Germany, it might not exist for France, but still, in the context of synthetic search queries, the search engines will be actually using the same queries or combined queries for the entities from the same type. For instance, religion in France might not be a query that has been searched by the users, but if it is searched for Germany, it will be a phrase taxonomy or phrase sequence that you will be able to use there inside headings or the structure. So in this context, this methodology here, it will be helping to you actually see the overall picture. You should understand that the connection, or let's say the specific correlation between articles and content briefs, it should be closer to each other. If we see this specific heading for this specific content brief, it should also exist inside the article so that you can analyze your semantic content network between these tabs in a really quick way by checking what you have written, in what order, and in what format, for what kinds of a coverage weight for the entire network. Then, for other entities from the same type, suddenly you can remove, change, or add more so that you can take a feedback from search engine. To take the feedback from the search engine, you need to do bulk changes in a quick way and in an understandable way. One more thing is that always remember that we are creating these semantic content networks for all the entities from the same type. Then, during the content configuration, according to the unique attributes, we add more things, especially in the e-commerce SEO. We have many examples like that. One brief might work really well for a product, but for another it might work less. So in this case, we try to find the distance and the differences, and then we continue to configure it further. So, thank you. In the next lecture, we will look at another example from another project.